Well, speaking of distractions, I was going to ask you, as you mentioned there, the portal opening Tuesday. How do you go back and forth with preparing for a Sweet 16 and also maneuvering the portal?
That's a really good question. There is no blueprint for it. It's just, unfortunate timing. It's the way the calendar falls. And the ultimate is winning. The ultimate recruiting tool is winning. And you come on, and we need to get the next Haley. That's the key.
Bye.
And but ultimately, March Madness in this team is the number one priority, and then we'll do the best we can as the portal opens, and you got to navigate that space, and that's why you have a huge staff. And so we'll dive into that thing, but I think our product speaks for itself.
Coach Haley just kind of talked about some of what she's been through since high school and how you've kind of helped, and this team has helped pull her out of some really dark places. Every program talks about family, but we've seen it time and time again how you live it to be at this place successfully, but then to also have your players speak on you in that way. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means everything. Like, that's ultimately to do this. The group has to be so connected. There has to be just an amazing amount of trust within each other. Our staff has been together a long time, and so this truly is our little village. And my family's interwoven into this, and they're around all the time. And coaching, it's a lifestyle, and it's 7 days a week. 12 months of the year now with the way everything's set up. And so we've built this, and we're very protective of the family. And the new pieces that you add, our staff will vet, and you want the players to vet. But we got the thing going, and now we just have to be very wise in who we continue to bring in. But I go back to, I think our product speaks for itself. The joy that the kids play with, the fun that they have while you're doing something that is incredibly hard.
You talk about, that product. What does it mean? I don't want to get too far in the future, but for Donovan to play like she did today in the biggest moment, I mean, that's a pretty good piece to add to the recruiting puzzle, right?
Oh, Donovan's amazing, you guys. She's, her and Agnes, Big B, Aaliyah, those four have had huge roles all season, and they're just kind of the unsung heroes. And they've done that. The big three get a lot of headlines. The big three don't work if you don't have those other pieces. And so Donovan has been amazing, but so has Agnes and Aaliyah and Taylor, those four kids. And that's why this whole puzzle works. And then Deasia has come on all throughout the season, and Una stepped up when we needed her. And so it's a family, it's a village, and they're all ready for their moment.
You've talked all these time about the defense on this team. I think that really showed during that second quarter. Yeah. And of course Louisville makes a comeback because they will. Kind of just talk about what do you tell them to kind of stay in the game and not get caught up and now you have this big lead and kind of stay locked in.
The maturity of this group's incredible. They're coaching themselves. That's a huge part of this. As a coach, the ultimate is when you can get to the point where it's player led. In Haley's basketball mind, but Connor and Sedona, they're such great communicators. You'll see in timeouts that they're coaching each other up before our staff comes in, and so out on the court they're huddling and talking, and so they know how to at this point of the year what we need to do to manage the game. And so it's fun that I'm just a part of it, and I'm in it with them. But that's when you have great leadership, and we've had that all year.
You've talked about this a little bit, but obviously you played Notre Dame.
You guys are good.
Yeah.
Let's go, Ella, Nat.
You guys are two very different teams than you were in November.
Oh, for sure.
But how much can you look at maybe the challenge of preparing and playing Baylor 3 times and beating them 3 times and use that to kind of prepare you for this rematch?
Yeah, for sure. It's similar, but not like 3 times in league in a short amount of time. It's fresh. I mean, our evolution as a team over the season since November, we're completely different than what we were. And I haven't dove into the film yet, but I'm sure Notre Dame is a completely different team. I know they were injured early on, and now they have those pieces back, and they might change a little bit of what they're running and what they're doing defensively, but we'll dive into it. I think the biggest thing is you're just comfortable playing Notre Dame. You know, they are one of the traditional elite women's programs in the country, and we've been able to beat them in a great game. And so you're just familiar with them, but we'll start from scratch, dive into the scout, and figure out what we got to do for our game plan.